Page 131, 131. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair, and good evening, everybody. I have a 16-page slide, so I promise to be efficient. But I would be remiss if I didn't start out by thanking the mayor and the city council for your all-in attitude, support, and patience as we have overhauled the Convention Visitors Bureau over the past 15 months. Certainly appreciate that, and I think you'll see it from these slides what we accomplished. Our department structure, the Convention Visitors Bureau, we're divided into the tourism division, the sales division, services division, and the marketing division. You can see combined 177 years of tourism experience. When I came on board, along with two seasonal tourism veterans, Jeff Berg and Amy Beadle, we challenged this team. We challenged their thinking, their ideas, their processes. And again, I think as we go through the slides, you'll see some of those results there. And I think pound for pound, we have the best destination marketing team in the nation, for sure. Workforce, we're at 14. We have 2 vacancies, account executive, marketing manager, 3 minorities, and 8 of 12 of our team are females.
Explains why you got so much done. I'm sorry, I said that out loud. I apologize.
As far as tourism in general, it's a revenue generator. According to the Illinois Office of Tourism, our 2018 stats, tourism in Sangamon County generated $460 million in visitor expenditures, $9 million in local taxes, and employed almost 3,500 people in the county. Here's the sales team. We were talking about FY20 sales levels and accomplishments. 4,689 direct contacts to meeting planners and event planners. Hosted 18 site visits. Generated 170 qualified leads representing 59,950 rooms. Made definite 252 conventions and meetings totaling 77,466 rooms. That's a 20% increase than what we've done in previous years. When I came on board, we established the 5 cores, and that first core was Springfield needs to be a convention city once again. And we're following through with that core. And this sales team is dialed in on making us a convention city. You can see below there, in 2020, we'll have the National Fishing Lure Collectors. 21, Reading Council, after years of being in Peoria, will come back. 2020, and the AMVETS National Convention. Midwest Fish and Wildlife, the National Marine Corps, and one we took from Tulsa, Oklahoma after 25 years, the 2020 Palomino Horse World Championships will be at the renovated Coliseum. And, you know, some of the ways we're doing that with our sales is we're making their experiences unique. We're going to have a customized lure for the National Fishing and Lures Collectors. We're doing a reception for the Palomino Worlds at the Artisan Building at the State Fairgrounds. We're making their experiences, their visits to Springfield unique so that they go back, return to their home, tell their friends, their families, and obviously want them to return as well. Not only in sales, but services. So, you know, we can get them here, but we got to keep them here, right? And so that's where our services are so important. We serviced 165 convention and meetings in fiscal year 20, representing 45,000 rooms. We developed tour itineraries. Not too many people know this, but we host we have the tour itineraries for almost 2,000 school groups annually that come through Springfield. We're happy to host them. They all run through the SCVB, and we set their tour itineraries. And you'll hear about this more in another slide, but walk-in visitors to the SCVB office and Springfield Visitor Center, the new Visitor Center at the Lincoln Hearn Law offices, 17,000 plus this year, and we'll see that in a different slide. But as far as FY20 marketing levels and accomplishments, there was a laundry list, but there was no doubt there were two that stuck out as far as marketing accomplishments. When we sent Fritz Klein, our hometown aide, to Times Square in July of 2019, and when we brought Return Visit for 2 summers in front of the Presidential Museum. Both events were social media highlights. They produced over 250,000 engagements on social media. The two combined cost less than $30,000. We received that in the first day that we moved Return Visit in. And certainly the Times Square, you can see here from the slides, that top is about a 10-second spot on GMA Live where we have Javier Harris holding the Visit Springfield sign in the background. We have Fritz Klein amongst the crowd. And then below that we have Fritz along with Robin Roberts at the Times Square event. So you can see there was certainly our social engagement, and those two events on the marketing side certainly put Springfield on the map. Our tourism levels and accomplishments, in partnership with the Illinois Office of Tourism, the SCVB hosted 26 familiarization tours and travel and trade media with over 100 attendees from the U.S., China, Germany, Italy, and the U.K., travel writers, bloggers, photographers, influencers, resulting in millions of dollars in earned media on an international level. Matter of fact, from one of our FAMs, resulted in Springfield being named the 2019 most historical and cultural global city at an event in Shanghai, China in August of 2019. So quite an award for us. History Comes Live celebrated 10 years. That is our summer leisure program that we have that runs June and through the first half of August. And we launched new itineraries, including Abe's Perfect Journey, The Best of Springfield, legendary Route 66, and Illinois Made. Back to the Visitor Center on the next slide. You'll see we still call it our new Visitor Center. It's been about 14, we're on our 14th month, so we still call it new. For 20 years, the Visitor Center, quote-unquote Visitor Center, was at our 7th Street offices, combined with our administrative offices. We saw about 3,000 walk-ins a year. As you can see, the first full calendar year of the Visitor Center at the Lincoln Herndon offices on the Old State Capitol Plaza, 17,000 visitors, a 550% increase. All 50 states, visitors from all 50 states and 74 countries. And I think that goes back to the tourism side, where we're doing so much work on the international side with our partners, the Illinois Office of Tourism and Time Zone 1. So that's been a big hit. Partner levels and accomplishments, these are local. The Central Illinois Customer Service Association, we partnered with them because, again, we can get them here, but we need to keep them here. And so as we look from a community standpoint, there's about 100 touch points when a visitor comes in, whether it be a gas station or a restaurant or a site or attraction or whatever it may be. And so partnering up with the Central Illinois Customer Service Association has been critical to our end goal, and that is to add visitors, get the city to 60% occupancy. Matter of fact, their next event is February 5th at the Crown Plaza. A little plug there for the Customer Service Association. Arrowed over to the Sunrise Donut sign, along with our partner, A Sign Company, who refurbished the sign. We relit the sign. It's in Ward 6, Madam Chair. And we relit the sign last year, and we have plans for it on a Route 66 development down the road. Our visitor's guide, you can see it here. Our visitor's guide, if you haven't seen it here. We combined, for the first time in 25 years, we had 2 visitors' guides in the city. We combined with the Illinois Times. And our visitors, and really our partners too, have been less confused, have been more engaged in our visitor's guide, simply because they know there's only one to pick up. And so not only has it been a cost savings for us, but it's been a good partnership locally. Abe's Ad Hunt, award-winning at the 2019 Governor's Tourism Conference. So that's been a big program for us. We'll continue that in 2020. And then really just our communication, our partner updates. We do a monthly partner update and also a convention alert. And that's new. And that's part of that rethinking with our team, is before we didn't want to send out who was coming to town because we were afraid that maybe another community would take those. And our philosophy is this, if we take care of them when they come here, and we service them the right way and we give them an experience, they're not going to go anywhere. But what we need is our partners to be ready when they come to town. So we give them a heads up with the convention alert. We give them a few months in advance, let them know how many attendees are coming in, what their schedules are, and give them a link to their agenda so they know should they keep their businesses open longer, and also to welcome the groups as they come to town. So those convention alerts have been very, very critical. And then get the city to 60. We've been talking about that over a year, and we are going to inch closer to that in 2020. We're forecasting increased occupancy and average daily rate in the city. As for the budget, the nuts and the bolts, as you can see here, FY21 budget. We have a lot of decreases. When you look at personal services on that decrease line, the reason for that decrease is our largest state grant, the LTCB grants, we realized that we can add 50% of the grant into salaries, and we weren't utilizing that into salaries. So we took a lot of that salary line and moved it to the LTCB grant, which for the state is FY20 starting July 1st. So that's what some of that decrease there. Our contractual services, last year I put in $150,000 for a website upgrade. We were able to work with ISCD and really applaud ISD, Allison Warren, our data coordinator. We have a new website that will be launched soon, or an updated website that will be launched soon. And we didn't need to go outside. And so we were able to work with them and really save the city 6 figures on that. So commodities down some as well. Equipment down, or I'm sorry, equipment's up. And we'll see that on the next slide. Data processing, et cetera, awards and grants, holding the line on those. FY20, here's the pie chart for the FY21 budget. As you can see, majority, 40% personal services. We expect that. I mean, that's how we sell the city, right? We sell the city with our team. So we expect that coming back. And contractual services, that's really a large part of that is our media buys and how we're marketing the city. So you expect that as well, 47%. We're the destination marketing organization for the city. You expect to spend at least 50% on marketing the city. So those two together, selling the city and marketing the city, should be our 2 biggest pieces of the pie, and they are. Budget variances, I just mentioned personal services decrease, and again, as well as adding to the state grant. Instead of hiring temporary staff for our visitor center next year, we moved them to contractual services. So we will have them on a contractual basis versus a seasonal basis in FY21. Contractual service, again, website updates, convention subsidies, media buys to some degree. Commodities decrease, again, we're printing fewer visitors guides because of our partnership with the Illinois Times and directing visitors to the website. Equipment increase, that's for a new mobile visitor center, which we go to the next slide here. You'll see a concept of that visitor center. This one doesn't show how we'll customize it. Well, actually, there will be an awning on top that will pull out. So we'll have it customized locally. There'll be an awning on top. We can pull it out, stand it up, put tables and chairs underneath. We can pull it up at whether it be the fairgrounds or wherever we may need to welcome visitors to town. We can pull it up there. They can come up to the mobile visitor center. They can get more information on Springfield, whether it be outside of the Coliseum at the fairgrounds or the auto shows that we're hosting, whatever it may be. We'll be able to use it for that. Convention services, site visits as well. As I mentioned in the sales team, we had 18 sites visits just last year, as well as tourism on the tourism side when we have media and travel writers in town. We'll use those for site visits, team travel. Next year is lining up that we're not going to do so much air travel, but we're doing more driving, just the way that our trade shows lined up next year with Connect. So we'll be traveling state to state with this vehicle, marketing Springfield state to state as the team travels to our trade shows, and then just community engagement as well. Having the mobile visitor center around town, whether it be the St. Patrick's Day Parade or just have it involved in the community and make it community pride as part of that. So that's really our our only initiative for the new year. Additional budget variances, awards and grants decrease slightly. Permanent improvements increase. That's really for renovations to the administrative offices and the visitor center. I will tell you that I asked the team, and they said the carpet at the administrative offices on 7th Street was installed in 1998, and it's due. It's overdue at this point. I'm not sure last time it was cleaned, so I know it has been there since I've been there. So we really need to do something at those administrative offices. We did renegotiate our lease last year. We eliminated the second floor, dropped our lease by $200 a month, and so I think there's some room. We'll be there for at least the next 4 years, counting last year. So I think there's plenty of room for us to make improvements there to that space. And then travel decrease down $34,000. Really, the sales team is just consolidating their trade shows. I said we're driving to a lot of trade shows the next year. It just happened to work out. But really what we identified through the years is we were going all over for different trade shows, kind of a la carte on our trade shows. We're going with Connect. We think Connect trade shows have the best trade shows. They're in all of our markets. We get more bang for our buck when we spend our money with Connect. We get sponsorships along just with the registrations as well. So we get a lot from that, and we decrease really what our travel and our travel costs and really our registrations are overall. So there's a decrease there. Our FY21 focus, again, convention, sales, and service. We will continue to be a convention city. That's going to be number one. That is the foundation of what we do. Leisure is so volatile, so we need to know that we have room nights coming in, and conventions are the best way to do that. We know how to anticipate what those levels will be down the road. And when we talk about conventions, we're talking 2 or 3 years out generally. When we can book for the next year or in the year, that's great. But we're really talking 2 or 3 years out. So we know how to line that up coming down the road. Marketing Springfield, retarget the new markets identified in FY20, and the more than one day campaign. We have that, see the logo at the bottom right? You'll see we created that logo as Springfield is more than one day. We added the Route 66, the Lincoln as well, to let folks know, because what we hear at either our visitor center or we hear just overall is, we wish we would have made more time for Springfield. They get here and they say, wow, you have more than we thought. So we're speaking to them directly, and we'll continue that in our new markets: Eastern Iowa, Southern Wisconsin, Indiana, Kansas City, Western Kentucky. I mean, we're going after new markets outside of just Chicago and St. Louis. We know there are feeder markets. We're still going to have a presence there, but we're really trying to reach those outside of that. Sports tourism, we will continue to have an emphasis on sports tourism. Route 66, we will launch this Route 66 Living Legends program and combine it with the award-winning Abe's Hat Hunt and a passport-style experience for our visitors. And then, of course, we'll integrate current Mother Road projects and visions into a written plan. We'll move forward with that. We spent the last year defining our assets along Route 66 and really just the alignment itself. And we think we're poised to be able to put that into a plan at this point. Local Springfield Proud campaign, we'll talk about that more down the road. But we're really going to build for the success of the Central Illinois Customer Service Association, and this local campaign will encourage the community to collaborate, complement, and celebrate Springfield. And last but not least, we'll continue to communicate, distribute our monthly partner updates, our quarterly consumer newsletter, and partner alerts. We will continue that. We think that is key, that communication. What we want you guys to do is say, we don't want you to ever come to anyone at the Bureau and say, what are you guys doing? We want you to say, wow, look what you're doing. And we'll continue those communications in FY21. Any questions?
Alderman Redpath?
I'm pleased with your proactive approach on tourism. You've done a great job since you've been here. I just want you to know I'm really pleased with the way you're doing things. Two things. Have you posted the 2 positions you have open?
No, not yet.
Are you going to?
I think we're lining up to post at least 1 immediately, yes.
Director, can you please pull the mic up to the actual physical mic?
Microphone.
We're getting
you're not
word that,
getting
yes.
Oh, you're not getting it? I got the lapel on.
Yeah, but
You're
I
not
think,
getting it? Oh, okay.
We're saying they can't hear.
Okay. Can you hear now?
no, we can hear, but it's streaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Next question is, did we go out for an RFP on the brochure printing?
We did go out for an RFP last year on the Visitors Guide. Is that where we're going?
You said we partnered up with the Illinois Times.
We did, and we put it out for an RFP last year, and we did receive those. The Illinois Times came in $86,000 less than the next lowest bidder.
So you did not do an RFP, but you just took their bid?
No, we did an RFP for last year when we printed the 2019 Visitors Guide.
Okay.
We did an RFP. We received 3 proposals, at least 3 proposals. We cut it down to 3. The Illinois Times was $86,000 less than the next lowest bidder.
So
we went with the Times.
They were involved in the RFP?
They were involved with the RFP,
Right.
absolutely.
So I wasn't-
Absolutely, yep.
It was a multi-year bid.
It was a single-year bid that we have an ordinance coming through, you saw it on first reading, to then re-up with the Illinois Times, because simply, it's really just sole source. There's no one else that can do it because of the content and the project time that goes into it. An outside company, as was displayed by the RFP process, can't even come close. They're not even 50% less. I mean, we're talking from $55,000 to $130,000 at the next lowest bidder. Yeah. So it really, but to answer your question, Madam Chair, is that yes, will be for a multi-year. We put that in the ordinance that's coming out, and we'll I guess, discuss that on Tuesday. But that will be for multi-year so that we don't have to go through this process again.
Thank you.
Alderman Fulgenzi.
Yes, I want to thank you, first of all, on all the stuff you've done with Route 66. And I'd like to see us pursue some kind of a corridor plan there so we can get something going for the 100-year anniversary. But I think you've done a great job on that for Route 66, and I want to commend you for it.
Well, thank you. And we are trying to put all those current projects together so that we have one plan. So that is the goal. That is the end goal.
Alderwoman Turner.
I want to commend you too, because, you know, for as long as I've been sitting here, I've been harping about the diversity in the office as well as the diversity in how we do outreach, and you have really hit it on all cylinders with not only the diversity in the office with regard to race, but also age. You can really tell with the advertisements and things that you do have a younger staff, and you're, you know, with the social media and just, you know, the video clips and those kinds of things. So I just think that that's great, and it shows in the numbers that you are bringing into the city. So that's absolutely wonderful. And I really like the national spotlight that you're getting, which is also probably because of the diversity when in the staff with regard to race and age. When you have people around you that don't look like you and don't think like you, then that, you know, is empowering for your entire team. So that's absolutely great. And I love Abe's hat hunt. So my other question is, for the mobile, I think that's a great idea. But my question is, when you go out, take it out to events, especially local events, will there be opportunities for local business partnerships? So if say for instance, there's a convention or something and you have the mobile out there, will there be opportunities for local businesses to then come in and, you know, maybe not promote their business, but have some opportunity to say these are other things that are going on that we have in Springfield?
Well, first and foremost, thank you for those compliments. Appreciate that, and I know the team appreciates that. Yeah, we sell the city, so absolutely. I mean, I think if they want to come in, we don't sell one aspect of the city or the other. We sell the entire city there. So I think there'll be opportunities down the road.
Okay, that's great.
And Alderwoman Turner, just so you know, when you go to a tourism conference, that's what you see in the parking lot.
You do, yes.
Are all of the other cities or, attractions that have their mobile unit, and Springfield hasn't had that. So it'll be very nice to drive up to a tourism conference and see that in the parking lot.
And ours would be
Did one
a
of the
bit
young
different.
people tell you that was a good idea?
What's that?
No.
Well, ours will be a bit different, that we'll be able to pull out that awning from the roof. And so we'll be able to truly make it into a visitor center, but also be flexible enough to have it for team travel and other events, and like I said, community engagement as well. So, and at one time we did have a 15-passenger van. It was the Magic Van, I guess, is was our logo at the time. I don't know if anyone remembers it. It's a 15-passenger van. It was just too clunky. It's hard to get around, couldn't get in parking decks. And so this will be a more flexible vehicle that we can utilize on many levels. And this actually came from Paula Antonacci, our services director. This has been in her head for some time as far as this mobile visitor center. So that's part of the team expressing themselves and getting it out there. Yeah, absolutely.
Alderwoman Conley?
Thank you. Well, first of all, yeah, Paula's awesome. But no, I want to join the line of people commending you for the work you've done. I'm really excited to see the increase in conventions that are coming to our city. And just to get a little more information. First of all, I love that you're promoting what conventions are going to be here, because it's difficult when, I used to work downtown and be like, well, who's in town? Well, I don't know. There's a bunch of people here. I like that we're not keeping it a secret. We should be bragging a lot more about our city and people who are coming here and the conventions that are coming. So can you give me a little more information on what sort of outreach to our partners? Is this like the downtown restaurants are getting this, our gift shops? And then does that expand a little bit? Because obviously, Ward 8 comes close to downtown, but, we've got some really good restaurants and opportunities for people if you go a little further west too. So just a little more, who's getting this information in town?
So every business in I assume every ward or every quadrant in the city is receiving this. We have about 600 businesses, partners, on our partner update. So if they're not receiving it, certainly you can contact our office. We'll add you to the partner update. So yes, we are covering the city, and that's that's a great point. And that is, we just don't focus on one area of the city, and that's part of the other 5 cores that we established, and that is create compression in the city. So we don't care if we book something in, Ward 2 or 3 or 10 or whatever it may be. It doesn't, because it creates compression throughout the entire city. So we do focus on the entire city. The partner update is for the entire city. And any business that is on there that wants to be involved or wants to be updated, receive those convention alerts, certainly contact our office if you're not already on there.
Okay, and so who should they exactly contact? Like if I need to pass out a number for people to call to say, yes, we'd like to know what conventions are going to be in town, who exactly do they call?
They can call our main line, 789-2360.
Okay.
Sheila will pick up, and yeah, we can certainly pass that information along. Allison Warren, our data coordinator, will eventually get the information.
And are those the emails that we get also? Because I know I get a lot of emails from you.
Yes, as well.
Okay.
Yes, so the partner update and then all the convention alerts, or partner alerts, depending on how we focus them, to let you know what's happening in the city.
Great. And then do you provide any support to businesses in terms of signage, like welcome fish lure enthusiasts, or do our businesses get that kind of support from you to encourage other to partake in these conventions?
So years ago, we tried that, and we had a lot of businesses that either didn't participate, or it was a lot of time and effort, staff time to do that. And so what we've gone to is to encourage the businesses to do that on their own, whether it be on their social media channels or really just on their own, take that initiative. And that's why we make that information available well in advance of the conventions getting there. We're hoping that they're participating. What we're doing for the conventions instead is we're providing sidewalk statics. If you go down to the BOS Center or you go out to the Crown Plaza, any of our conventions, you'll see that on the sidewalks as the attendees are walking over, it's a welcome. It's the state of Illinois with Springfield in the middle. It welcomes a group that are customized for that convention. So they're in front of the hotels as they walk in and out of the convention hotels, the BOS Center. So we've gone to sidewalk statics. In the wintertime, we're going to window clings, and we got some up right now at the BOS Center and the hotels downtown.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah. But we take that initiative on that side. We think that's just a better way to do it. No, we hope the businesses will participate.
Have you seen that businesses participate in that?
I can't say I personally have seen it, but we do encourage it for sure.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Alderwoman Turner?
Yeah, I think you guys don't toot your horn enough. But the other thing that you do, not just for the large conventions, but if citizens just have people that are coming in, or like a smaller group that are coming in, if they contact your office, you'll really work with them and help them put together packages of things to do and information and how to put together welcome bags and those kinds of things. And that's not just for conventions. I mean, if you have like 5 relatives coming to town. If you contact them, they'll help you put together all that kind of stuff. So you guys really do, you make it so that, because I had an event this summer and you helped tremendously, and out of that, people were like coming back because they had such a good time and they didn't have time to see everything. So then you have repeat weekenders that will come back. So, that's another added service, that you provide that really helps boost tourism in the city.
That's a good point. Thank you for making that point. You're right. We talk about conventions a lot and these large conventions, but you're right. We scale it all the way down to these smaller groups coming in, and that's part of our services department.
Alderman Gregory?
Yes, Scott, of course, I've worked with you in the past, and Mr. Terry Truman, and you guys definitely do a great job. On sports tourism, you said continue to pursue this $20 billion annual industry. When you say that, what do you mean by that?
Well, we think that Springfield is poised, our proximity, our affordability, being a destination city, the state capital, to really get into into sports tourism. We need a complex to do that, and we've talked about a sports complex and all-in-one. We have a lot of existing complexes that are spread out. We're talking about one all-in-one complex somewhere in the city that we can do. You do.
Sean and I got one for you.
Oh, I've got one for him, too.
So the reason why I bring that up, and that's very true. I worked with Mr. Truman before coming to council on a NAIA national tournament bid up, and we was going to try to put that in, and we just couldn't quite put together the facilities for that. It would have brought our city $300,000 to $600,000 in revenue just from that alone. Of course, I've been a part of creating a tournament here in Springfield that brings about 80 teams over the last 5 years and stuff. So when we have, what I'm getting to is when we have situations like that, I think we just need to reach out to those type of individuals that have that going on,
sure.
And see how we can help them. Of course, I'm out now, but that's a situation where somebody like me in that field can probably fill this place with 200 teams. That's a lot of kids and a lot of parents, even if 2 of them come. But you guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. I like to put some things on your head sometimes. Yeah. You know that. And then with conventions. As far as conventions go, I think that the biggest convention that we have here in Springfield, the land of Lincoln, is our Juneteenth celebration. Our governor has just made it a state holiday. It's celebrated in 45 out of the 50 states around this great country. And I think at Springfield, land of Lincoln, that we need to put a little more effort into our Juneteenth celebration. I'm willing to work with you guys. Of course, I'll be headed that over this year. I've been hosting it for a while, and the scene is ups and the scene is downs, and it needs some help to survive. We can't let it die here in Springfield, Illinois, the land of Lincoln, okay? All right, appreciate you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. And just to make it clear that sports tourism is not local tourism. We're talking about teams driving from 4, 5, 6, 7 hours away that are going to spend the night. So we're looking at a bigger picture, a bigger radius when we're talking about sports tourism. We're not talking about local sports.
Right.
Local sports, we have facilities for that, local leagues, what have you. We're talking about bringing teams in. And then utilizing a complex during the weekdays, maybe for smaller groups, smaller meetings, conventions, that will have a multi-use to that.
Well,
but we'll carry it through. So,
the tournament I'm referring to brings 80 teams from Chicago, St. Louis, Kentucky.
That's perfect. That's right in the sports tourism line. That we could really make a difference and help us immediately get to that 60%.
Absolutely.
And then as far as the Juneteenth as well, we have a local grant program. Actually, the application process is open now, January and February. Certainly we could apply for that, and we'll go through the CV advisory board.
Well, what I'm trying to build it with the group, and I think it's big enough to bring in people from all over this country. In the land of Lincoln, Springfield, Illinois, Lincoln's hometown, should have the biggest Juneteenth festival where people want to drive near and far to it. And I think we have the capability to do that. You know, I have some beautiful ideas as far as actually thinking about moving it to the Illinois Realtors area where we put up some nice things. You know, so we can do it.
Well, I understand St. Louis has a large Juneteenth celebration, and
Yeah.
maybe eye that as a goal.
Ours should be bigger.
There you go.
Alderman McManaman.
Congratulations, Scott, as others have said, on the initiative, innovation, outreach, excitement. Who is seated to your left, by the way?
I'm sorry. This is Krista Grant, our account tech. She does our financials and grants as well. So she handles the 4 grants that we have. So
Okay. Glad you both are working so well with your total team and so forth. Question, one of your biggest initiatives was to increase our aggregate average room occupancy at the hotels, motels. Do you have any updates on that, and is it having an impact on our hotel motel tax?
yeah, so it looks like we'll end the year flat, around 55% occupancy citywide. Our ADR is up, so our RevPAR, our revenue per available room, will go up. I believe Director McCarty can confirm this, but hotel tax revenue should be up when it's all said and done. Even though we're flat, we increase the average daily rate. So that's a positive, and that was in part to the state lodging rate that hadn't been increased in about 12 years, was increased last year and went into effect July 1st of 2019. We'll really see that impact as we head into the General Assembly, the legislators come back, and we have that. Instead of a $70 rate, we'll have an $85 rate for those state rate rooms. So that will float all the other rates up in the city. I am projecting calendar year 2020 or FY21, 1.5% increase in the city's citywide hotel occupancy. So you're looking at it's about $80,000 per percent. So I mean, we're looking at another $120,000 adding to the hotel tax.
Good, keep it up. That's
Thank
good.
you.
Alderwoman Conley.
So and I have to ask this because it's kind of been coming up a lot lately, and I'm not going to talk about rats. But have you given any thought, or has the state given any guidance on marketing tourism around our recently legalized cannabis?
Please.
Yeah.
Like
Tourism.
Woodstock, man. You know?
I mean, I want to ask, because
No,
I don't know if people are doing this, but it is a reality, and our neighboring states don't have it. I've noticed some of the states that you talked about that you're targeting, so if you're playing it slow, that's fine if you just tell me that. I'm just...
We're
Do you have a
using
lot
a
of
wait
young
and see
people in
approach.
there?
We'd
Okay.
like to see how Illinois and really the city of Springfield receives the cannabis. So we are gonna slow play it. We'll
Okay.
wait and see approach. There's no
I mean,
reason
I
to
saw a
really
lot
jump
of
in.
out-of-state plates.
$10
parked.
million in the first 5 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, I mean, and I appreciate that, but I think, I guess I'd like to know that it's something that you are keeping an eye on, because it is something that's unique for us, and again, I think our city is handling it well, and we have a good approach to it, so I'd like to see those. I mean, you can wait until June when we start getting our city tax coming in and added. I'm okay with that.
We have to go real carefully. Check out what's happening in Rockford. The city attorney in Rockford sent a message to one of the dispensaries that they're getting complaints about the riffraff and the problems surrounding the dispensary shop. So we got to proceed very cautiously and carefully.
I vote for a gummy ball in every visitor's bag. Alderman Redpath.
Wow.
I think we ought to have a statue.
Put that
of
on
Jimi-
TV, please.
Go ahead.
I think we ought to have a statue of Jimi Hendrix saying, "Light up, everybody."
That's terrible.
So anyway,
Well done.
Being cautious. Never mind.
Don't put that on TV.
That
Mayor.
just got streamed.
Oh, go ahead, Alderman Fulgenzi.
Yes, I know I talked to you about this in the past. What kind of progress are we making with bus tours?
So we've now been back in that market about 13 months, and they're calling. Again, going back to that unique experience, we have a Lincoln or a Mary Todd step-on. So when the bus arrives town, the motor coach arrives to town, wherever they may be arriving at a site or at the hotel, we have Fritz or Pam greet them as they come on, and they come onto the bus and they say, "Welcome to Springfield." And then we give them time to have, take photographs and talk to, either Fritz or Pam. So that's making a big push. Terry Sherman has taken that over. We gave that, I mean, if you guys know Terry, he's like your grandson, you know what I mean? And so the tour operators have really been finding Terry approachable, and so we're getting more and more calls all the time. But that's an industry, because we got out of it for so many years. That's an industry that takes 24 to 36 months just to kind of make a dent. We believe that we can have 200 motor coaches, overnight motor coaches, in the city annually. We believe we still are that market. When you're talking about Branson's still going strong, Nashville's going strong, we're a perfect stop for Wisconsin and Minnesota and Michigan. Those motor coaches coming south, we're the perfect stop for that. And why not overnight? We're a destination city. We're a historic city. We're exactly where the Blue Hairs, which mainly the Boomers of now, but the Blue Hairs, ride those buses where they want to stop. They're looking for those experiences. So yes, we are all in on the motor coaches, and we'll see a difference. We just need some time.
Thank you.
Have we tried to get the National Horse Rodeo thing back again? Is there any chance of that?
Yeah, we would love to see the National High School Rodeo come back. I think the last place that we left it just isn't in our favor. So that's going to take some time.
There was a lot of hurt feelings at the National Rodeos.
There was. And so that...
From the state level, not from us.
Yeah, no, that will take some time. So, and you're right, nothing the city did, but yes. But yeah, it'll take some time, and I think that certainly the facilities are there. We need a new roof on the arena out there, but I mean, the facilities are there. So somewhere down the road, maybe.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Mayor?
Thank you. Two things, going back to the visitor's guide. I think it's important, one of the traits Director Dahl brought is that's a concept that's been looked at favorably for a number of years, but it didn't really get to the point that it needed to until Scott came in. And the main benefit is Illinois Times was putting out a visitor's guide with events, and we were too, so it was a duplication of effort. So here's a real public-private partnership that saved resources in the long run and helped promote Springfield and really coordinated the activities. I think that's the hardest thing we have in Springfield. There's a lot going on. It's a matter of finding, I think you pointed that out, Alderwoman Conley, where do you find out where everything's at, and that's what they're working towards. But with regards, I will put you on the spot a little bit, with regards to 2,000 youth groups coming in, I think it was 80,000 children. Mm-hmm. Do we know what percent of those actually go to the Kidseum? I mean, what, do we track that, or?
We don't track where specific sites they go into unless they're booked through our group tour program, which the Kidseum is not on that program currently, just because of a technical issue. But I will say that the school groups that are coming in are at an age that are above what the Kidseum offers.
But that's a great opportunity. I think that's one of the challenges for the Kidseum, and just to make sure everybody's on the same page is I've talked to them about broadening their appeal. And so if you could work with them on how do we cross-promote into the Kidseum, because once we have individuals here, it goes back to what you said on the 2-day visits. We have the opportunity to help other entities. So if you could work with them, or through Smash or on Smash too. So yep. That's with all the museum groups, but Kidseum especially, it'd be great to work through that component.
Yeah, if they would maybe change some of their exhibits to better identify with the student groups coming in and the age groups coming in, they would have that built in.
Wasn't Kidseum going to keep those numbers for us, Mayor, or do you know?
I'm not sure as far as that goes. They have visitor numbers, but as Scott pointed out, there's 80,000 students coming in on a regular basis, so we should be tapping into that as much as possible. Helping partner with Kidseum to make that possible. So we might have to survey them or what have you. Like you said, what's the age-appropriate exhibits, or I know they have a building there. Maybe we have to look at building that facility out, but that's something that we need to be on our radar, because that will enhance downtown to enhance their, their presence in Springfield as well, and their staying power.
Yeah, exactly. And, and if the age group currently is, kindergarten to third or fourth grade of the Kidzeem, really the students that we're referring to and that we're tracking are, 8th grade and higher and to middle high school. So that's really, where those two don't match up. And we can better match those up, absolutely have a built-in market.
In closing, I would just like to say whoever runs your social media is welcome to use any of my Instagram pictures whenever they want. You don't have to
Thank
ask
you.
permission. So
They're good. Thank you.
you're welcome.
I know I've asked a couple times.
Yeah,
So,
use them.
Okay.
Absolutely. And thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
That's
Yep.
it.
Thanks, Krista, for assisting me.
Are we done?
Do you want to keep going or you want to break?
What else do we have?
What else we got?
Public Works.